If he couldn't get any more noble, he chose to lead a life of crime so his brother didn't have to. And I love how this mirrors and parallels and is a juxtaposition to Peter's journey. He's got a dual life too. He's struggling with school, his football career. And by the way, I know that ain't who I think it is. This show really is just pulling out all the stops. But when Lonnie finally proves himself to the gang and he gives him his nickname, Tombstone, this is about to be a heartbreaking turn. Because if you know, you know. And you already know that Tombstone and Spider-Man, these main two storylines are going to come to a head. And if it's anything like the Zeb Wells fight from the comics, it's going to be brutal. But I cannot overstate this enough. What they're doing with Lonnie Lincoln Tombstone is generational writing. Switching gears over to Peter Parker, he's still struggling with his identity crisis, hanging out with his friends, trying to be a good friend of Nico. But what I love is that he now has Norman Osborn as his guy in the chair, not Ned Leeds, that fat mother. That's a crazy Ned stray, but it had to be done. Having Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn, because you're really bad at keeping your secret identity, as your guy in the chair and having all that money at your disposal, that's just so damn interesting to me. But I love how Peter's got that classic John Romita on him, because you know he keeps that thing on him. Ooh, I can't wait to see this suit. And quick side note, but making Harry Osborn like a social media influencer and a really famous one at that, it's just so smart how they're adapting this to this day and age. Hopefully this trio actually comes together and do some good. Even the way they adapt the Sokovia Accords and us finding out that Peter Parker is a big Captain America fan and that's why he stands for everything that he stands for makes so much sense for this universe. But also how this affects vigilantes like Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But having a powerful ally like Norman Osborn is going to do wonders. Even the fight scenes are pretty damn impressive. Like you got some Matrix in there. I love the creativeness of the paneling. The animation is still kind of wonky, but I like it. Norman Osborn even made him a couple of classic comic suits like the Prodigy suit, but Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape. And this is why. We even got the Dusk suit, which is too scary for kids to think that he's a hero. You think the fact that he's dressed in all black is scary? What do you mean by that? We even got the Hornet suit from Identity Crisis. Come on, man. Until we ultimately get this clean-ass suit, which they're calling the Osborn suit, but we all know what that really is, baby. That's the Future Foundation suit from the Fantastic Four. And this image looks similar. Even the introduction of these enhanced villains goes crazy. Like the Unicorn, which is a deep cut, which y'all know about Unicorn from Iron Man Armored Adventures. This is way before your time. And the fight between Spider-Man and Unicorn went crazy because she's strong as shit. And of course, I continue to love that Spider-Man is protecting his neighborhood and everyone that inhabits it. Mwah, mwah, muy magnifique. But the fact that it's Otto motherfucking Octavius as the one who's supplying all of these weapons because he thinks he's one of the most brilliant minds in the world. We got a generational hating Otto Octavius back. Alfred Molina, you're my GOAT. But sometimes you just need a hater like this, which is kind of taking a little bit of cues from Spectacular Spider-Man, although he doesn't work for Oscorp. At least I don't think. And I also love how they're using characters from the MCU like Dimitri from Far From Home, who's gonna become the Chameleon. We finally got the return of Michael Mando as Scorpion, and he leads a gang called the Scorpions. Little on the nose, but tough. Like, come on, man. We gotta get Nacho back in the MCU at some point. And even all the other villains like Rhino. And the honor that they showed with Rhino is just setting his character up to be so damn compelling. There's little things like that that make this show so damn good. And I haven't even mentioned the opening title cards for each episode. They are tough as fuck and they're paying homage to classic comic covers. I just don't see how you can call yourself a Spider-Man fan and not be loving the show because it stands for everything that Spider-Man is. And I can't wait to keep watching. But let me know what you thought about episodes 3, 4, and 5 down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow. Come on.